So, hello everyone, I'm on here with my review of Titan episode 51, right? It's all on now, yeah. So now, we finally had real battle, right? They're getting in there, they're smashing, they're killing Titans, and also it feels good, right? I think last season, and I have just had a co-worker, he really disliked last season. I don't really agree with him in many aspects, but I think one thing I think he's complaining about what's like it's reasonable to a degree at least, and that is like there's no Titans right in the season 3 in the first half of it. It's like there's very little Titans. Yeah, you have of course Rod Reyes, the massive Titan, yeah, the freak Titan, and you have the general flashback with like Titan and so on. But otherwise, it's true. There's no Titan in it. It's kind of weird in that sense. I think it has a lot of action though. So I think what I'm different a bit from him than some people, they are like, oh, there's no action in season 3. It's like, well, there's a lot of action, but it's like a human against human action. It's a human on human, right? Not human on Titan. Try to do some weird sex joke, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah, it's more like that. So I agree with that though. It's action. It's not action. There's still action. It's not attack. It's not Titan action. And in that sense, this episode here, like the first episode, probably in like 14, 15 episode, since episode like 30 something, right? Where they actually have like, okay, we're gonna go now, we're gonna slice some Titans, yeah. So seeing Leva just killing two Titans, it felt pretty good, yeah, because they were not doing that last season, right? They were just killing humans everywhere. So that's pretty nice. I like that a lot, and there's quarter be more of that. So it felt pretty good, and also generally, actually, I mean, I love that. I mean, you know, I love this guy that runs at this. That's my favorite guy. They also had this guy that was strutting. Yeah, they also had that guy. I was like, yeah. So I like how that I actually really enjoyed. And when I watched the episode, I was like, man, that is true though. Maybe not necessarily having to see, you know, someone killing Titans, but actually seeing Titans doing their random stuff, right? Because there are so many of them are like deviants, so they do we're like, we have one guy doing this thing too, yeah. You kind of like Russian slap thing, yeah. One was doing that thing and so on. So that actually, when thinking about it, I actually really liked it a lot. Seeing the random behavior of the Titans doing this like weird human, you know, running or that or whatever, right? Yeah. So that actually was surprisingly entertaining to me, or felt like, you know, oh yeah, this is what I remember. This is like season 1, or yeah, or more back to basics, right? So that was really good. So I liked that a lot. Actually a lot, yeah. So I pointed out first here, because I think it's the first time since probably like 14, 15 episodes since we saw, you know, this kind of like Titan movement, right? So that was great. And after that, of course, I think it's generally about Eren beating reiner, right, and having the whole Thunder Spear thing. And when I say beating, I mean like not defeating, but beating, like punching back and forth, not really like beating us, you know, actually winning. But he's winning by his team though. But the beginning though, yeah, it's more like a cool brawl battle. Pretty cool seeing Eren having that kind of armor up, right, so he can, you know, punch harder, and he'll go back and forth, right. And yeah, of course the punch was like crushing his face. That was nice. And after the detail of his eyes being kind of shaped differently, right, he kind of had destroyed here, kind of red. Oh, that was cool. And then we see, of course, the thunder or lightning spear, depending on how you translate it. And this thing then, right, so talking about it as a promising reaction, it is similar to basically real life weaponry, right? And actually, in my last work, I designed some of this stuff for the game, though not for real life. I wouldn't mind some real life, no, but so how they work, right? There are different kind of anti-armor techniques in reality, but basically, many of the work, like the first they have 2 impacts, right? Or more, maybe even more than 2 impacts, but they usually have 2 impacts. So first, for example, this thing it shoots into the tank, right? So if you use a tank thing, and then it impales 7 pierces into the tank's first plate, right? And after that, it launches yet again inside of it, right? So that's pretty much how it does in reality, right? So first you shoot something in, right? And the first then hits, right? See, this is coming out. First it's like bam, right? And then it's like, and then it kind of, yeah. So it kind of thrusts itself afterwards, right? And when it does that, that means that it actually, you know, explodes inside of it, right? So think about this as tank's armor, right? It first then hits like that, right? Bam. And if you have like a normal weapon, right, like a bullet, like, you know, bullet, if you just be like bam, 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 bam. That's how a bullet reacts as a tank, right? But an anti-armor shell, normal armor shell, goes in like that, bam, right? and then it explodes so in here, right? So it's like bam, like boom, and then it's like inside of the tank, right? That's pretty much the basic of any anti-armor shell, right? And they usually have another ignition load inside of them because of that. So you can go to Wikipedia to find out. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I actually lead Wikipedia for that under the basic of technology. So that's of course how these weapons work, right? The lightning speed. You first shoot them inside of the Titan, or particularly the case then the Armor Titan is Armor Titan. Is Armor Titan weak against the anti-armor shell? Yeah, probably. So hit them with that thing, and then it explodes on the inside, right? The load, the actual explosive thing. And you can see also like when it happened in the opening, where the opening has the kind of the burning thing, right? It's like the burning little blue or reddish part of the opening. That of course is kind of implied that, okay, first shoot the rocket in, right? Then it's like, yeah, and then it kind of, you know, starts burning and presses itself further in like a piercing bullet, right? So yeah, that's how kind of it works. And it's obviously mainly made, as we talk about the Hanging and so on, to of course defeat the Beast Titan, who he is really, really. What's I Beast Titan for? That's something stupid. Armor Titan, because he's armored, yeah. Well, that being said, though, it does work against the people as well, though. It does work against anyone else, though. Yeah, it does work against everyone else, of course. But yeah, that's kind of the Armor Titan thing, right? So there's a lot about that thing, and we will, of course, I guess, likely see them shoot down, you know, normal Titan and so on as well with this thing, because it kind of just blasts away the next, right? So you can kind of just kill a normal Titan with it, of course, and also in your, you know, the other ones as well, yeah. So that was dandy, and I mean, it was really cool seeing all of them coming there, right? All of them, like, you know, the kind of the sky drop thing, yeah, you see Connie, Sasha, Yin, Mikasa, and they all come like, yeah, that kind of, and then they shoot down, right? And he's like, oh, what's happening? You see that. First, going against ice, I love that. Then he gets ice, right? You can see smoke with ice. And after that, of course, we see kind of like, you know, how they're all impaling. It's like, oh shit. Yeah, that was nice though. I think a problem though, and I want to say anything, it's like, you know, but like, I think a problem though, with the general narration here, and I start by saying that, is that it's kind of like, well, I mean, we did see the guy getting stabbed in the neck, and he was like, oh, I can like remove my brain cells and push it down in my leg or something. It's like, really? That's kind of plot armor. Yeah, I don't like that at all, actually. That's probably the worst part of the episode, yeah, when he explains how he survived being, you know, stabbed neck. It's like, well, I used to remove my brain down there. It's like, really? Really, man? Okay. Yeah, that's kind of like, it feels kind of forced. And the similar way in here, I feel like, well, he's doing this thing, and then, you know, the next whole, yeah, Stitch is like, oh, but I could do this thing. Yeah, you know it's gonna be something stupid. I feel it's like the plot armor is pretty heavy, and we haven't seen battle yet. And if you go into and look at the actual preview, because I was a preview before they did, yeah, the reaction and so on. In the preview, it's mainly it's Bernholt and Reiner having a flashback session. So it's kind of like, well, Bernholt is probably, you know, gonna come in there and do something. Yeah, it's kind of like that, yeah. So I do feel, I did not like, that was the worst thing in the episode, yeah. I did not like that at all. When he's like, oh, I can just replace my brain cells or something, yeah. Because it's like a very plot armorist technique to have suddenly. And it's something that's never mentioned before, right? Like, oh, I can do this thing. It felt very much like, oh, he actually got impaled in his neck. He should be dead, but no, we made some extra story part how he doesn't die from that. Yeah, and then a new ability how he survives that. So it's pretty much like, you know, he gets impaled by lightning spears. Oh, well, here's this ability. That's how it feels to me. So I have to say that, because I feel that's a little problem with the whole general fight here, though. But otherwise, though, I think that'll be awesome. And I'm waiting to see the Beast Titan course doing something right. And I have to say, Irvin was badass too, doing all this stash. He was like, yeah, man. Yeah, man. and I guess Armin, as always, right, is typecast into this, like, you know, how say it, Armin is always typecasted into, you have 1 minute on you, boy, get a good solution. It's like, oh, man, oh, everyone, do this thing. And it's like, everyone believes in you. It's like, oh, yeah, that's pretty much Armin's. It feels very much like classic Armin back in season 1, right? Everyone's always like, Armin, what for you? Oh, yeah, that kind of way around. Stop pressuring me. It's very much like that. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the review, subscribe button, and so on. See you guys soon with Fairygon review and well restaurant, and also what's it called? Cinderella, the baseball anime. It's a nice, cute anime coming up after Fairygon.